What's up, guys? We're here for our match preview of Atlanta United versus Charleston Battery on Saturday at 7:30. So it's obviously we're not in the best of stretches, and this preseason has not been too kind to us. But you know, we can still salvage it against our old USL affiliate. It's a familiar opponent, and so they know how we play. We kind of know how they play as well. What are your expectations of that, man?
Absolutely nothing, really. I think at this point you're not gonna win the Carolina Challenge Cup. Not that that was really a massive deal in the first place. I think, you know, having played a midweek match, a lot of those players played the full 90, and those are going to be our, you know, first 11 players. I think that you 45 minutes max, and then bring, you know, rotate those backup players into the second half, because I think Charleston will do the same. I don't think they're going to play their first 11 the full 90. So I think that second half is really just going to be a lot of the USL squad versus, you know, or even the backups versus, you know, a USL squad. So they'll get that. I don't want to risk any injuries now, because, you know, these players are fragile, if we're being honest. You know, I think we saw that last year, and I don't want to, you know, there's no need to push them the full 90 in the last preseason match in order to get a result against a team that doesn't matter and a fixture that's honestly meaningless. So I definitely say 45 minutes tops, and then rotate in everyone else.
My opinion is that, well, it is preseason. It's our last preseason match, so we have a full week essentially before our actual first match of the season. So whether we actually like take them off at halftime or not, I think most of them are, in my opinion, are probably going to play as many minutes as possible to gain that match fitness, because, well, they're going to maybe scrimmage throughout the week, but beyond that, they're not going to be in intense game action. So for me, I think it's going to be a little bit more than half. I think there's probably going to be a little bit more, you know, of the regulars actually playing more of the match.
I mean, I guess that's an alternate way that you could look at it, in that if you want them to have, you know, a thrashing of a team, which they should beat if we're being honest, you know, to give them that confidence, see the ball hit the back of the net a few times, you know, that'd be good. I've seen how these players have picked up just, you know, these niggling injuries, and seeing them tonight slip and slide around everywhere on that pitch. It's going to have another match in it before they play. I mean, that's just asking for, you know, twisted ankle, ACL, pulled muscle, and it's just, that's not something that I feel comfortable, you know, risking at this, you know, the beginning of the season. And, you know, they've played on pretty poor pitches the entirety of the preseason. So I just don't want to push it too much, because you can do something on that. And I feel like those players that have played in all the preseason matches so far, your Josephs, your Miggies, your Nagbys, they don't need to see the full 90. They've played 3 matches. They've gotten their minutes in. Players like Tito, who haven't played, players like Escobar, who I think are going to be in the first 11, they are the ones that really need to get those minutes to get up to match fitness. But aside from that, I mean, personally, I get the idea of, you know, trying to get them to match fitness. I think they're probably already there. And I don't think that 20, 30 more minutes against a USL team is going to put them over the edge.
So also, we'll be going up against our loanees. We have Patrick Okonkwo, we have Gordon Wild on loan at Charleston Battery the entire season. Do we expect a little bit of where they have something to prove against their parent club, or it's just ho-hum, it's a regular game?
No, I mean, if I'm them, I'm absolutely gonna. It's definitely a match that you want to do. Say something like, "Hey, you shouldn't have, you know, let me go," or "You should have kept me at ATL 2, where I'm gonna play and I could have the chance to come up to the first team." So I think there's definitely, or there should be, that extra motivation for them, you know, as, you know, full professionals, that they want to go out and show that, hey, I can do this. So, you know, I hope that they do, and I love to see them impress, because, you know, if they score, if they do something impressive, it's like, well, good shout, because they're coming back to the squad next season. And, you know, I think it's good that even though we have our own USL team, we have not necessarily an affiliate, but a team that we feel comfortable loaning our players to. So, you know, I think they'll do well, but I really also want to see how our younger players, like our Carltons, you know, play against someone of that level.
So our expectations in terms of, like, maybe a result, does it really matter? Does it,
I mean,
you know?
I think you want to win. But for me, I don't think the result matters. I mean, you've already lost 3-1 to Columbus in a silly game. You drew 1-1 with a team that honestly had no business being on the same pitch. I mean, not to disrespect Minnesota, but I think United bossed that game. I mean, their goal came from a penalty that was a penalty. It was a stupid, silly foul. But, you know, that's all they really created. I mean, they had a few chances here and there, but they took poor touches. They had shots that didn't really do anything. They flew off over the crossbar just well wide. You know, I didn't think they did anything to really test Guzan. So, you know, Atlanta United really had the, you know, the prime chances in that match and didn't make them pay for it. So, you know, the result for me doesn't really matter. You're not getting a trophy, and even if even if they were in the position to get one, it's not important. I'd rather them, you know, stay fit and be ready to win the one that matters. I'd like to see the young players play. I mean, I don't think losing 2-1 or drawing 2-2 or 1-1. If anything, I'd just like to see the ball hit the back of the net a couple times, because that's really what my main concern is, to see them put the ball in the net.
All right. Well, we'll be at the Charleston Battery match in Charleston. We'll be there for the fan cam, so come see us, come chat with us. We'll welcome it. But yeah, that will do it for our match preview. But remember to like, share, and subscribe. And we thank you guys so much for watching. For Tanner, I'm AJ. See you guys in the next video.